Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This video will supply you 20 practices of how to comparing a fractions. Before you go watch the video, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. We have number 1, 3 over 5 and 1 over 2. This fraction has different denominator, which is 5 and 2. So to compare them, we must find the LCM for number 5 and number 2. For number 5, we have some multipliers 5, 10, 15. For number 2, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Again, how to find the multipliers? We just multiply. For example, we multiply 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8, etc. And from here we see that number 10 is the least common multiplier of 5 and 2. Alright, now we will convert the two fractions into two new fractions with the denominator is the LCM we just found. That's M, that's 10. So for the first fraction, to get 10 from 5, we must times 2. And we will times 2 to 5, we must times 2 to 3. 2 times 3 is 6. For the second fraction, to get 10 from 2, we must times 5 to 2. And when we times 5 to 2, we also times 5 to 1. So 5 times 1 is 5. Now we have the two new fractions with the same denominator, with the 10. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator, 6 and 5. We see that 6 is greater than 5, so 6 over 10 is greater than 5 over 10, or 5 over 3 is greater than 1 over 2. That's the answer. Practice number 2. We have two fractions, 1 over 7 and 3 over 14. Again, these two fractions has different denominator, 7 and 14. So to compare them, we must find the LCM for number 7 and number 14. Now we will go find some multiplier for number 7. 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21, etc. For number 14, we will find the multipliers. 14 times 1 is 14, 14 times 2 is 28, etc. We see that 14 from both 7 and 14 is the least common multipliers of 7 and 14. So LCM is 14. From now, we will convert the two original fractions into the new fraction with 14 in the denominator. So for the first fraction, we must times 2 to 7 and times 2 to 1. So 2 over 14 is the new equivalent fraction of 1 over 7. And 3 over 14, we just write it again. We don't need to convert because it says 14 in the denominator already. So from now we have two new fractions with the same denominator. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 3 is greater than 2. So 3 over 14 is greater than 2 over 14, or 3 over 14 is greater than 1 over 7. Number 3, we compare 2 over 5 and 3 over 4. These two fractions has different denominator, 5 and 4. So we will go ahead and find the LCM for 5 and 4. First we find the multiplier for number 5. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15, 5 times 4 is 20, etc. The number 4, we have multipliers. 4 times 1 is 4, 8, 4 times 2, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 20, etc. We see that number 20 is the least common multipliers of number 5, and number 4, or the LCM, is 20. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into the two new fractions, with the denominator is the LCM, which is 20. The first fraction, we must sum 4 to 5 to get 20, and we also times 4 to 2. 4 times 2 is 8, so 8 over 20 is the equivalent new fraction of 2 over 5. For the second fraction, we need times 5 to number 4 to get 20, and also we must times 5 to 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. 15 over 20 is the new equivalent fraction of 3 over 4. Now we have the two new fractions with the same denominator, which is 20. When we compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 15 is greater than 8, so 15 over 20 is greater than 8 over 20. Or 3 over 4 is greater than 2 over 5. Practice number 4. We have 5 over 6 and 6 over 7 are different. They have different denominator, 6 and 7. So we will go ahead and find the LCM for number 6 and number 7. So first we will find the multipliers for number 6. 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 6 is 36, 6 times 7 is 42, etc. For the 7, we can find that 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21, 7 times 4 is 28, 7 times 5 is 35, 7 times 6 is 42, etc. We see that 42 is the least common multipliers, or the LCM, of number 6 and 7 and number 7. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into the two new fractions, with the denominator is the LCM, which is 42. For the first fraction, we must times 7 to 6 to get 42, and then we must times 7 to 5 to keep the fraction equivalent. 7 times 5 is 35. For the second fraction, we must times 6 to 7 to get 42, and also we must times 6 to the denominator to keep the fraction to be equal. 6 times 6 is 36. Now we have the two new fractions with the same denominator. We only need to compare the two numerator. 36 is greater than 35, so 36 over 42 is greater than 35 over 42, or 6 over 7 is greater than 5 over 6. Practice number 5. We have two fractions, 5 over 3 and 2 over 9. This two fraction has different denominator, 3 and 9. To compare them, we need to find out the LCM of number 3 and number 9. First, we find the multipliers for number 3. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 6, 3 times 3 9, 3 times 4 12, 3 times 5 15, 3 times 6 18, etc. For number 9, we have 9 times 1 9, 9 times 2 18, etc. We see that number 18 is the least common multiplier, or the LCM, of number 3 and number 9. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into two new fractions with 18 in the denominator. For the first fraction, we must times 6 to 3 to get 18, and we also times 6 to 1. So 6 over 18 is the equivalent fraction for 1 over 3. For second fraction, we must times 2 to 9 to get 18, and also we times 2 to 2 to keep the equivalent fraction. 2 times 2 is 4. So we have the two new fractions now with the same denominator, 18. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 6 is greater than 4, so 6 over 18 is greater than 4 over 18, or 1 over 3 is greater than 2 over 9. Practice number 6, we have two fractions 5 over 9 and 7 over 11. These two fractions have different denominator, 9 and 11. So we go ahead and find out the LCM for number 9 and number 11. For number 9, we will find out multipliers. 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 18, 9 times 3 27, 9 times 4 36, 9 times 5 45, 9 times 6 54, 9 times 7 9 times 5 9 times 5 45, 9 times 6 54, 9 times 7 63, 9 times 8 72, 9 times 9 is 90, 9 times 9 is 81, 9 times 9 is 90, 9 times 11 is 99, etc. For number 11, we have 11 times 1 is 11, 11 times 2 is 22, 11 times 3 is 33, 11 times 4 is 44, 11 times 5 55, 11 times 6 is 66, 11 times 7 is 77, 11 times 8 is 88, 11 times 9 is 99, etc. We see that 99 is a common multiplier, or the least common multiplier. So the LCM is 99. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into two new fractions with the denominator is 99. The first fraction, we must times 11 to 9 to get 99, and also we must times 11 to 5 to keep the fraction equivalent. 11 times 5 is 55. For the second fraction, we must times 9 to 11 to get 99, and we must times 9 to 7 to keep the fraction equivalent. 9 times 7 is 63. 63. Oh, yeah. Alright, so these two fractions have the same denominator. So to compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 63 is greater than 55, so 63 over 99 is greater than 55 over 99, or 7 over 11 is greater than 5 over 9. Practice 7. We have two fractions, 2 over 3 and 7 over 9. These two fractions has different denominator, 3 and 9. To compare them, we must go to find out the LCM for number 3 and number 9. For number 3, we have some multipliers 3, 6, 9, etc. For number 9, we have 9, 18, etc. We see that 9 is the least common multiplier of 3 and 9, or the LCM is 9. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into two new fractions with the denominator is 9. For the first fraction, we must times 3 to 3 to get 9, and also we must times 3 to 2, so become 6 over 9. The second fraction, we just write again 7 over 9. To compare the two fractions with the same denominator, we only need to compare the two numerator. 8 is greater than 6, 7 is greater than 6, so 7 over 9 is greater than 6 over 9, or 7 over 9 is greater than 2 over 3. Practice A. We have 3 over 10 and 4 over 10. These two fractions have the same denominator, 10 and 10. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 4 is greater than 3, so 4 over 10 is greater than 3 over 10. Practice number 9. We have two fractions 2 over 7 and 3 over 14. These two fractions has different denominator 7 and 14. To compare them, we must go ahead and find the LCM for number 7 and number 14. For number 7, we will first find out the multiplier for it. 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21, etc. For number 14, the multiplier is 14, 28, etc. We see that 14 is the least common multipliers of 7 and 14. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into two new fractions with 14 in the denominator. The first fraction we must times 2 to 7 to get 14, and we also must times 2 to 2 to get the fraction equivalent. 2 times 2 is 4, so 4 over 14 is the equivalent fraction of 2 over 7. The second fraction, we just write number 3 again. Alright, so now we have two new fractions with the same denominator. We need 14 to compare them. We only need to compare the two numerator. 4 is greater than 3, so 4 over 14 is greater than 3 over 14, or 2 over 7 is greater than 3 over 14. Practice number 10. We have 4 over 3 and 6 over 5. These two fractions have different denominator, 3 and 5. To compare them, we must go ahead and find out the LCM for 3 and 5. Here are the multiplier of number 3. 3 times 1, 3, 3 times 2, 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4, 12, 3 times 5, 15, etc. For number 5, we have 5 times 1, 5, 5 times 2, 10, 5 times 3, 15, etc. We see that 15 is the least common multiplier, or the LCM for 3 and 5. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into the two new fractions, with the denominator is 15, the LCM. For the first fraction, to get 15 from 3, we must times 5 to 3, and also we must times 5 to 4 to keep the fraction equal. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 over 15 is the equivalent fraction of 4 over 3. For the second fraction, we must times 3 to 5 to get 15, and also times 3 to 6 to get the fraction equivalent. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 over 15 is the equivalent fraction of 6 over 5. From here, we have two fractions with the same denominator. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 20 is greater than 18, so 20 over 15 is greater than 18 over 15, or 4 over 3 is greater than 6 over 5. Practice 11. We have two fractions 8 over 5 and 13 over 10. These two fractions has different denominator, 5 and 10. To compare them, we must go ahead and find out the LCM for number 5 and number 10. Here, number 5, we have multipliers such as 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15. Number 10, we have some multipliers such as 10, 20, etc. We see that number 10 is the least common multipliers, or the LCM of 5 and 10. From here, we will convert the two original fractions to the two new fractions with 10 in the denominator. For the first fraction, we must times 2 to 5 to get 10, and also we must times 2 to 8 to get the equivalent fraction. 2 times 8 is 16. 16 over 10 is the equivalent fraction of 8 over 5. The second fraction, we just write 13 again. From here, we have two fractions with the same denominator. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 16 is greater than 13, so 16 over 10 is greater than 13 over 10, or 8 over 5 is greater than 13 over 10. Practice number 12, we have two fractions 2 over 9 and 3 over 11. These two fractions has different denominator, 9 and 11. To compare them, we must go ahead and find out the LCM for number 9 and number 11. First, we will find out the multiplier for number 9. We see that 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90, 99, etc. For number 11, we have 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99, etc. We see that 99 is the least common multiplier of number 9 and number 11. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into two new fractions with 99 in the denominator. For the first fraction, we must sum 11 to 9 to get 99, and then we must also sum 11 times 2 to keep the fraction equivalent. 11 times 2 is 22. 22 over 99 is the equivalent fraction of 2 over 9. For the second fraction, we must sum 9 to 11 to get 99, and then we must also sum 3 to 9 to get the equivalent fraction. So 9 times 3 is 27. From here, we have the two new fractions with the same denominator, which is 99. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 27 is greater than that 22, so 27 over 99 is greater than 22 over 99, or 3 over 11 is greater than 2 over 9. Practice 13, we have two fractions 5 over 4 and 6 over 5. These two fractions have different denominator, 4 and 5. To compare them, we must go ahead and find out the LCM for number 4 and number 5. First, we find out the multiplier for 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, etc. For number 5, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, etc. We see that 20 is the LCM, or the least common multipliers of number 4 and number 5. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into the two new fractions with the denominator is 20. The first fraction, we must sum 5 to 4 to get 20, and then we must sum 5 to 5 to keep the fraction equal. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 over 20 is the new equivalent fraction of 5 over 4. The second fraction, we must sum 4 to 5 to get 20, and also we must sum 4 to 6 to keep the fraction equivalent. 4 times 6 is 24. From here, we have the two new fractions with the same denominator. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 25 is greater than 24, so 25 over 20 is greater than 24 over 20. Or 5 over 4 is greater than 6 over 5. Practice 14, we have two fractions 5 over 9 and 2 over 3. These two fractions have different denominator, 9 and 3. To compare them, we must go ahead and find out the LCM for number 9 and number 3. The multiplier for 9 are 9, 18. For the multiplier for 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12. We see that 9 is the least common multipliers, or the LCM for number 9 and number 3. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into two new fractions with the denominator is number 9. For the first fractions, we just write again, find number 9 because it's 9 in the denominator already. For the second fraction, we must times 3 to 3 to get 9, and we also must times 3 to 2 to keep the equivalent fraction. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 over 9 is equivalent to 2 over 3. From here, we have two new fractions with the same denominator. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 6 is greater than 5, so 6 over 9 is greater than 5 over 9, or 2 over 3 is greater than 5 over 9. Practice 15, we have two fractions 2 over 7 and 3 over 9. These two fractions have different denominator, 7 and 9. To compare them, we must go ahead and find out the LCM for number 7 and number 9. The multiplier for number 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, etc. For number 9, we have 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, etc. We see that 63 is the LCM for number 7 and 9, least common multiplier 63. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into the two new fractions with 63 in the denominator. The first fraction, we must times 9 to 7 to get 63, and when we times 9 to 7, we must times 9 to 2 to keep the fraction equivalent. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 over 63 is the equivalent fraction of 2 over 7. For the second fraction, we must times 7 to 9 to get 63, and also we must times 7 to 3 to get the equivalent fraction. 7 times 3 is 21. From here, we have the two new fractions with the same denominator. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 21 is greater than 18, so 21 over 63 is greater than 18 over 63, or 3 over 9 is greater than 2 over 7. Practice 16, we have two fractions 3 over 5 and 7 over 15. These two fractions has different denominator, 5 and 15. To compare them, we must go ahead and find out the LCM for number 5 and number 15. The multiplier for 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, etc. For number 15, we have 15, 30, etc. We see that 15 is the least common multipliers for number 5 and number 15. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into two new fractions with 15 in the denominator. The first fraction, we must times 3 to 5 and times 3 to 3 to get the equivalent fraction. 3 over 3 times 3 is 9, so 9 over 15 is the equivalent fraction of 3 over 5. The second fraction, we only need to write 7 again. Here we have two fractions with the same denominator. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 9 is greater than 7, so 9 over 15 is greater than 7 over 15, or 3 over 5 is greater than 7 over 15. Practice 17. We have two fractions, 7 over 3 and 5 over 2. These two fractions has different denominator, 3 and 2. To compare them, we must go ahead and find out the LCM for number 3 and number 2. The multiplier for 3 are 3, 6, 9. The multiplier for 2 is 2, 4, 6, 8. We see that 6 is the least common multipliers, or the LCM, for 2 and 3. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into the two new fractions with the multiplier is number 6. For the first fraction, we must times 2 to 3 and 2 to 7 to get the equivalent fraction. 2 times 7 is 14. 14 over 6 is equivalent fraction of 7 over 3. For the second fraction, we must times 3 to 2 and 3 to 5 to get the equivalent fraction. 3 times 5 is 15. From here, we have the two new fractions with the same denominator. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 15 is greater than 14, so 15 over 6 is greater than 14 over 6, or 5 over 2 is greater than 7 over 3. Practice number 18, we have the two fractions 6 over 9 and 8 over 9. These two fractions has the same denominator, which is 9, so it's easy to compare them. We only need to compare the two numerator. A over A is greater than 6, so A over 9 is greater than 6 over 9. Practice 19, we have two fractions 3 over 15 and 1 over 3. These two fractions has different denominator, 15 and 3. To compare them, we must go ahead and find out the LCM for 15 and 3. The multiplier for 15 are 15, 30, etc. The multiplier for 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, etc. We see that 15 is the least common multiplier, or the LCM, for 15 and 3. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into the two new fractions with 15 in the denominator. The first fraction, 3 over 15, we just write 3 over 15. The second fraction, we multiply to 3 and 5 to 1 to get the equivalent fraction. 5 times 1 is 5, so 5 over 15 is the equivalent fraction of 1 over 3. From here we have two new fractions with the same denominator. To compare them, we only need to compare the two numerator. 5 is greater than 3, so 5 over 15 is greater than 3 over 15. Or 1 over 3 is greater than 3 over 15. Practice 20, we have the two fractions 1 over 7 and 2 over 14. These two fractions has different denominator, 7 and 14. To compare them, we must go ahead and find out the LCM, least common multiplier for 7 and 14. The multiplier of 7 are 7, 14, 21. The multiplier of 14 are 14, 28, etc. We see that 14 is the least common multiplier of 7 and 14. From here, we will convert the two original fractions into the two fractions with 14 in the denominator. The first fraction we must times 2 to 7 and times 2 to 1. So 2 over 14 is the equivalent fraction of 1 over 7. And the second fraction we just write again. From here, we have the two fractions with the same denominator, which is 14. We see the two numerator is 2. 2 equal 2, so 2 over 14 equal 2 over 14, or 1 over 7 equal 2 over 14. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the video. Please subscribe to my channel. I will have the motive to make more videos like this for you guys. Take care.